are pretty comfortable with the fact that they're devolutionists. We all get annoyed at some of the decisions that the Scottish Parliament make. Some of us are a minority, so I think the Scottish Parliament shouldn't be there at all, but I think the overwhelming majority of people are devolutionists. I campaigned for the Scottish Parliament. Before that, I was a nationalist. I'm rather ashamed to admit when I was a pupil at school. But then I campaigned for the Scottish Parliament and changed my perspective. How can you possibly look at something that says, have a Parliament that looks after all the things that matter to you, about health and education and transport and jobs and all these things, all the things that the Parliament should be taking decisions on, but the areas where it makes sense to pull it and share resources and work across boundaries, have that as well. How could it possibly make sense to bin a system whereby the pension of somebody in Dunoon is being paid in part by somebody who's in work in Dagenham? We all pay at the same pot and we all get out of it. Pulling and sharing resources, I think, is a much bigger idea than independence. I think independence is a terribly old-fashioned idea. It's defining yourself based on where you were born and based on borders. It's a ridiculous way to think about the world. And one of the interesting things is that in our research with young people, I know a lot of people are really terrified about the fact that 16 and 17-year-olds have got to vote because you're really worried that they're going to be susceptible to this snake charmer Alex Salmond with these sort of mystical rhythms and going to convince them that independence is the way to go. That's absolutely not what's happening. 16 and 17-year-olds are one of the strongest supporters of the United Kingdom. The reason being, we think, and we're testing this all the time, is exactly that. We think it's such an old-fashioned way to look at the world, to look at the world only by that little bit where we live. That we live in a world where the internet and technologies keep us in connection every day. So the 16 and 17-year-olds, the only point in their life that they're being asked to think smaller is in this debate, which is why they're massively behind us. So, I do not accept that this nonsense that Alex Salmond comes away with, that I vote no is a vote for no change, because that's not what's happening at all. And just remember, Alex Salmond once said, I wouldn't trust Labour to deliver a pizza, let alone the Scottish Parliament. Well, he's sitting in the Scottish Parliament, I don't know what his views are on pizza. Okay, yes, okay.